Laboratory studies have shown that time ratio eating can help animals lose weight and also improve their metabolic health by reducing glucose intolerance, dyslipidemia, and high blood pressure. Although many TRE studies have been done and published in humans, most of the studies are done on people with overweight or obesity, and very few have been done to test whether TRE can improve cardiometabolic health in those with metabolic syndrome.
As a cardiologist, I treat many patients with metabolic syndrome and prediabetes. Their glucose level is not serious enough to put them on aggressive glucose-lowering drugs, but if they're untreated, they are high risk for future type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Although eating less and exercising more is the cornerstone of future diabetes prevention, patients often struggle with counting calories to reduce energy intake and may also lack the time and resources to engage in exercise.
I wanted to bridge basic and translational research to understand the health impacts of time-restricted eating in individuals with metabolic syndrome.
In a randomized controlled trial, we recruited patients who met criteria for metabolic syndrome, and they also had a baseline eating window of 12 hours or longer. The average age of the patient group was in their 50s, and 51% of our population were women. They were randomly assigned to either standard of care or the time-restricted eating group. In the time-restricted eating group, they had to reduce their eating window by 4 hours or more to achieve a self-selected eating window between 8 and 10 hours. Their baseline hemoglobin A1C was 5.8. These patients represent the typical patient that we see with metabolic syndrome, and they had many concomitant comorbidities such as hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and about 85% of them were on medications to manage their hypertension or hyperlipidemia.
In this study, we found that participants could significantly decrease their eating window just by delaying breakfast and advancing dinner by a couple of hours each. And by the end of this 12 weeks, these patients were able to decrease their A1C by 0.1% in the TRE group, whereas we didn't see any significant change in the standard of care.
Previous studies, such as the Landmark Diabetes Prevention Program, have shown that even a small reduction in hemoglobin A1C of 0.1% among patients with metabolic syndrome and prediabetes is clinically significant. In the Diabetes Prevention Program, this small reduction translated into a huge impact in reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes in the next 2 years by 58%.